In the year 2525, Earth was a prosperous planet, a shining beacon of unity and progress in the Milky Way galaxy. Humans had long ago set aside their differences, coming together to explore the stars and forge alliances with alien civilizations. Lara Hernandez, a young diplomat from Earth, stepped off the spaceship onto the gleaming surface of the massive space station orbiting the neutral planet Axiom. She had been selected to represent humanity at the Galactic Summit, a historic gathering of dozens of alien races from across the galaxy. As Lara made her way through the bustling corridors of the space station, she marveled at the diversity of the alien delegates around her. There were the tall, slender Etheri with their shimmering silver skin, the stout, furry Barzons with their booming voices, and the mysterious, ethereal Quantans who seemed to phase in and out of existence. Lara felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as she entered the Grand Assembly Hall of the Summit. She took her seat among the Earth delegation, nodding politely to the alien ambassadors seated nearby. The summit began with opening remarks from the Galactic Council, a body of elder statesmen from the most advanced civilizations. They spoke of the challenges facing the galaxy, the threat of rogue AI, the spread of a deadly virus, and the growing unrest on the frontier worlds. As the speeches continued, Lara noticed a disturbance at the far end of the hall. A group of alien delegates were arguing heatedly, their voices rising in anger. Suddenly, a fight broke out, with the aliens coming to blows. Security robots swarmed in to break up the melee, but the damage was done. The spirit of unity and cooperation that the summit represented had been shattered. In the aftermath of the brawl, the Galactic Council announced a temporary recess. Lara and the other delegates filed out of the assembly hall, murmuring in concern and confusion. As Lara wandered the space station, deep in thought, she overheard a mysterious conversation between two alien delegates. They spoke in hushed tones of a secret plot, a scheme to sabotage the summit and plunge the galaxy into chaos. Alarmed, Lara hurried to inform the Earth delegation of what she had discovered. Together, they hatched a plan to uncover the conspirators and prevent their nefarious plot from succeeding. Lara and her fellow diplomats began a covert investigation, piecing together clues and gathering evidence. They discovered that a shadowy group called the Discord, made up of extremists from various alien races, was behind the plot to derail the summit. The Discordians believed that the Galactic Council was a corrupt and oppressive institution, and they sought to overthrow it by any means necessary. They had infiltrated the summit with the intention of sowing chaos and discord among the delegates. As the summit reconvened, Lara and her team put their plan into action. They exposed the Discordian infiltrators and presented the evidence of their treachery to the Galactic Council. In a dramatic showdown on the floor of the assembly hall, the Discordians were confronted and apprehended by the security forces. The alien delegates, united in their resolve to preserve the peace, voted unanimously to expel the Discordians and their sympathizers from the summit. With the threat neutralized, the summit proceeded, and the delegates got down to the hard work of addressing the challenges facing the galaxy. Lara and the Earth delegation played a key role in the negotiations, brokering agreements and forging new alliances. In the end, the Galactic Summit was a resounding success. The alien civilizations of the Milky Way had come together in a spirit of unity and cooperation, setting aside their differences to work towards a common goal. As Lara boarded her spaceship to return to Earth, she felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had helped to save the summit and preserve the fragile peace that held the galaxy together. But she knew that the work was far from over. The challenges facing the galaxy were vast and complex, and it would take the continued efforts of diplomats like herself to navigate the delicate web of interstellar relations. As her ship lifted off from the space station and set course for Earth, Lara looked out at the stars, bright and countless in the inky void of space. She knew that somewhere out there, amid the vast expanse of the cosmos, there were still mysteries to be uncovered, alliances to be forged, and a galaxy to be united. And she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, armed with the knowledge and experience she had gained at the Galactic Summit. For she was a diplomat of Earth, a guardian of peace and progress, and a beacon of hope for all the beings of the Milky Way. Lara's spaceship glided smoothly through the vastness of space, the hum of its engines a comforting background noise. She sat in her quarters reviewing the agreements and treaties that had been forged at the Galactic Summit. As she scrolled through the holograms, a message notification popped up on her screen. It was from her mentor and former professor, Dr. Sanjay Patel, the head of the Earth Diplomatic Corps. Lara, Congratulations on your successful mission at the Galactic Summit, Doctor. Patel's message read, "Your actions have brought great honor to Earth and the diplomatic corps. However, I must inform you of a developing situation that requires your immediate attention." Lara frowned. Her curiosity piqued. She opened the attached briefing file and began to read. According to the report, a group of anti-alien extremists had seized control of a major Earth city, holding the local government hostage and threatening to execute alien residents unless their demands were met. The extremists, who called themselves the Terran Liberation Front, were demanding that Earth withdraw from all interstellar alliances and expel all alien visitors from the planet. Lara felt a chill run down her spine. She had heard of the Terran Liberation Front before. They were a fringe group of xenophobes who believed that Earth should isolate itself from the rest of the galaxy. But she had never imagined that they would resort to such drastic measures. As she read on, Lara learned that the Earth government was reluctant to take military action against the extremists, fearing that it would only escalate the situation and lead to further violence. Instead, they were hoping to resolve the crisis through diplomacy, and they wanted Lara to lead the negotiations. Lara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the responsibility settling on her shoulders. She knew that the fate of countless lives, both human and alien, depended on her ability to find a peaceful solution to the crisis. She immediately sent a message back to Dr. Patel, accepting the mission and requesting all available information on the Terran Liberation Front and their leaders. She also asked for a direct line of communication to be established with the extremists so that she could begin the delicate process of negotiation. As her ship changed course towards Earth, Lara began to formulate a strategy. She knew that the key to successful negotiation was to find common ground, to understand the motivations and fears of the other side, and to build trust through open and honest communication. She reviewed the demands of the Terran Liberation Front, looking for areas where compromise might be possible. She also studied the profiles of their leaders, trying to gain insight into their personalities and psychological makeup. As the blue-green sphere of Earth grew larger in her view screen, Lara felt a renewed sense of determination. She had faced down the Discordians at the Galactic Summit, and she would not let the Terran Liberation Front threaten the hard-won peace and unity that she had worked so hard to achieve. The ship touched down at the Earth Diplomatic Corps' headquarters in Geneva, and Lara was immediately whisked into a secure briefing room. There, she met with Dr. Patel and a team of Earth's top negotiators and crisis management experts. Together, they refined Lara's negotiation strategy and established a direct line of communication with the leaders of the Terran Liberation Front. Lara took a deep breath as she prepared to make the first contact. "This is Lara Hernandez of the Earth Diplomatic Corps," she said, her voice steady and calm. "I am here to open a dialogue with the leaders of the Terran Liberation Front in the hopes of finding a peaceful resolution to this crisis." There was a moment of tense silence, and then a gruff voice responded over the comm link. "We have no interest in dialogue with alien sympathizers," the voice said. "Our demands are non-negotiable. Earth for Terrans or blood will flow in the streets." Lara closed her eyes for a moment, gathering her thoughts. She knew that the stakes were high, and that the wrong word could push the situation over the edge into violence. "I understand your fears and concerns," she said, her voice empathetic but firm. "But violence and isolation are not the answer. Earth is a part of a galactic community now, and we have a responsibility to work towards peace and understanding with our alien neighbors." She paused, letting her words sink in. "I am willing to listen to your grievances and to work towards a solution that addresses your concerns. But I need you to meet me halfway. Release the hostages and come to the negotiating table in good faith. Let us find a way forward together as fellow Terrans and galactic citizens." There was a long, tense silence on the other end of the comm link. Lara held her breath, waiting for a response. Finally, the gruff voice spoke again. "We will consider your offer," the voice said. "But if you betray us, or if any harm comes to our people, there will be consequences." The comm link went dead, and Lara let out a long, shaky breath. It was a small step forward, but a step nonetheless. Over the next several days, Lara and her team worked tirelessly to build trust and find common ground with the Terran Liberation Front. They negotiated the release of the hostages and the withdrawal of the extremists from the city center, in exchange for a promise to address their concerns through peaceful dialogue. Slowly but surely, progress was made. The leaders of the Terran Liberation Front began to see that Lara was sincere in her desire to find a solution that worked for everyone, and they became more open to compromise. In the end, a deal was struck. The Earth government agreed to implement stricter regulations on alien immigration and to provide greater support for Terran workers who had been displaced by galactic trade. In return, the Terran Liberation Front agreed to disband and to renounce violence as a means of political change. Lara stood at the podium, addressing the people of Earth in a live broadcast. "Today we have taken an important step forward," she said, her voice ringing with conviction. "We have shown that even in the face of fear and division, we can come together and find a way forward through dialogue and understanding." She paused, letting her words sink in. "The challenges we face as a planet and as a galactic community are great, but I believe that we have the wisdom and the courage to meet them. Let us continue to work towards a future of peace, unity, and progress for all beings of the Milky Way." As the broadcast ended, and the applause of the assembled dignitaries filled the room, Lara felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had faced down the Discordians at the Galactic Summit, and now she had brought the Terran Liberation Front to the negotiating table. But she knew that her work was far from over. As a diplomat of Earth, she would continue to serve as a bridge between worlds, working tirelessly to build understanding and cooperation across the vast expanse of the galaxy. For Lara Hernandez, the journey had only just begun. Months had passed since Lara's successful negotiation with the Terran Liberation Front, and life on Earth had returned to a sense of normalcy. However, the peace was short-lived as a new crisis emerged, threatening the stability of the entire galaxy. Lara was summoned to an emergency meeting of the Galactic Council, where she learned of a massive cosmic anomaly that had appeared on the outskirts of the Milky Way. The anomaly, a swirling vortex of dark energy, was growing at an alarming rate, consuming stars and planets in its path. The Council had dispatched a team of scientists to study the anomaly, but they had all gone missing without a trace. Fearing the worst, the Council turned to Lara, asking her to lead a diplomatic mission to the edge of the anomaly, in the hopes of finding a way to stop its advance. Lara accepted the mission without hesitation. Knowing that the fate of the galaxy depended on her success, she assembled a team of the galaxy's top diplomats, scientists, and explorers, and set out aboard a state-of-the-art starship equipped with the latest in advanced technology. As they approached the anomaly, Lara and her team were struck by its sheer size and power. It was like nothing they had ever seen before, a swirling maelstrom of darkness that seemed to defy the laws of physics. They soon discovered the reason for the disappearance of the previous team of scientists. The anomaly was not just a cosmic phenomenon, but a gateway to another dimension, a realm of pure chaos and madness. Lara and her team were pulled into the vortex, their ship torn apart by the immense gravitational forces. They found themselves in a strange and terrifying world, where the rules of reality no longer applied. Stranded and cut off from the rest of the galaxy, Lara and her team had to rely on their wits and skills to survive. They encountered strange and hostile creatures, twisted landscapes that defied logic, and a pervading sense of dread that threatened to overwhelm them at every turn. But Lara refused to give up hope. She rallied her team, drawing on their strengths and expertise to find a way back home. They discovered that the anomaly was not just a random occurrence, but the result of an ancient and powerful artifact, hidden somewhere within the chaotic realm. Lara and her team set out to find the artifact, battling through hordes of monstrous creatures and navigating treacherous landscapes. They faced challenges that tested their resolve and their sanity, but they pressed on, driven by the knowledge that the fate of the galaxy depended on their success. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, they found the artifact, a glowing orb of pure energy that pulsed with an otherworldly power. Lara reached out to touch it, and in that moment, everything changed. The orb granted Lara a vision of the true nature of the anomaly and the role that she and her team were meant to play in stopping it. The anomaly was not just a cosmic disaster, but a symptom of a greater imbalance in the universe, an imbalance that threatened to tear the fabric of reality apart. Lara and her team were the key to restoring that balance, chosen by the orb to wield its power and set things right. With newfound purpose and understanding, they set out to do just that. Using the power of the orb, Lara and her team were able to manipulate the very fabric of reality itself. They sealed the rift between dimensions, stopping the anomaly's advance and saving countless lives in the process. But their work was far from over. The orb had shown them that the imbalance in the universe was not limited to the anomaly, but was a pervasive and growing threat that required constant vigilance and action. Lara and her team returned to the galaxy as heroes, hailed as saviors by the people of Earth and the Galactic Council alike. But they knew that their true mission had only just begun. They formed a new organization, dedicated to maintaining the balance of the universe and protecting the galaxy from the forces of chaos and destruction. They became known as the Guardians of Harmony, a group of elite diplomats, scientists, and warriors who stood watch over the Milky Way. Lara Hernandez, once a young and idealistic diplomat, had become a leader of galactic importance, a beacon of hope and unity in a universe that often seemed dark and chaotic. She knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult, but she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For she was a guardian of harmony, a protector of the galaxy, and a force for good in a universe that needed her more than ever before. Lara and the Guardians of Harmony continued their work, traveling across the galaxy to maintain balance and peace. They mediated conflicts, assisted in disaster relief efforts, and investigated threats to the universe's stability. As the years passed, Lara grew into her role as a leader, her wisdom and compassion guiding the Guardians through countless challenges. She formed alliances with other galactic organizations working together to address the most pressing issues facing the cosmos. Despite their successes, the Guardians faced an ever-present sense of unease. The artifact that had granted Lara her vision had also shown her glimpses of a looming darkness, a threat that lurked at the edges of the known universe. Lara knew that this darkness, whatever it was, posed an existential threat to everything she held dear. She and the Guardians dedicated themselves to unraveling its mysteries, searching for clues across the galaxy's most remote and dangerous corners. Their search led them to ancient ruins, long forgotten by the passage of time. There they discovered fragments of a prophecy, hinting at a cataclysmic event that would reshape the very fabric of the universe itself. The prophecy spoke of a great convergence, a moment when the forces of light and darkness would clash in a battle that would determine the fate of all existence. At the center of this convergence was a being of immense power, a cosmic entity known only as the Nexus. Lara and the Guardians raced against time to decipher the prophecy's meaning and locate the Nexus. They encountered dangerous new foes, ancient and powerful beings who sought to harness the Nexus power for their own nefarious purposes. As the great convergence drew near, Lara and her team made a startling discovery. The Nexus was not a singular being, but a collective consciousness, made up of the thoughts and emotions of every living creature in the universe. Lara realized that the key to saving the universe lay not in fighting the darkness, but in understanding it. She and the Guardians set out to make contact with the Nexus, to learn its true nature and find a way to bring balance to the forces that threatened to tear the cosmos apart. In a moment of cosmic significance, Lara finally made contact with the Nexus. She found herself face to face with the collective hopes, fears, and dreams of every being in existence. In that moment, Lara understood the true nature of the universe. She saw that the forces of light and darkness were not separate, but two sides of the same coin, each necessary for the other to exist. She saw that the key to maintaining balance lay not in conquest or domination, but in understanding and acceptance, in embracing the duality of existence and finding harmony in the midst of chaos. With this newfound understanding, Lara and the Guardians set out to share their knowledge with the rest of the galaxy. They became teachers and guides, helping others to see the true nature of the universe and find their place within it. Under Lara's leadership, the galaxy entered a new era of peace and prosperity. The Great Convergence came and went, not as a cataclysmic event, but as a moment of great awakening, a realization of the interconnectedness of all things. Lara Hernandez, the once young diplomat from Earth, had become a legend, a figure of galactic importance whose wisdom and compassion had changed the course of history. As she looked out across the stars, Lara knew that her journey was far from over. There would always be new challenges to face, new mysteries to unravel, and new opportunities to make a difference. But she also knew that she was not alone. She had the Guardians of Harmony by her side, a family of kindred spirits united in their commitment to the greater good. Together, they would continue to explore the wonders of the universe, to learn and grow, and make a difference in the lives of all those they touched. For Lara Hernandez, the journey had only just begun, but she knew that with the power of understanding and the strength of unity, There was no limit to what they could achieve, and so, the legend of Lara Hernandez and the Guardians of Harmony lived on, a shining beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. Years turned into decades as Lara and the Guardians of Harmony continued their mission to maintain balance and spread understanding throughout the galaxy. Under Lara's guidance, the organization grew, attracting new members from countless worlds who were drawn to their message of unity and compassion. As Lara grew older, she began to pass on her knowledge and wisdom to a new generation of Guardians, ensuring that the legacy she had built would endure long after she was gone. Among these young recruits was a prodigy named Zara, a brilliant and empathetic individual who quickly rose through the ranks to become one of Lara's most trusted advisors. One day, as Lara and Zara were meditating together in the Guardians' headquarters, they both experienced a profound vision. In this vision, they saw the universe not as a collection of separate galaxies and worlds, but as a single, vast entity, a living, breathing organism of which every being was a crucial part. At the center of this cosmic being was a pulsing, radiant light, a source of infinite energy and consciousness that connected all things. Lara and Zara realized that this light was the true nature of the Nexus, the collective consciousness they had encountered years before. As the vision faded, Lara and Zara were left with a profound sense of awe and purpose. They knew that they had been granted a glimpse of a truth that had the power to transform the galaxy, to elevate all beings to a new level of understanding and connection. They shared their vision with the other Guardians, who were deeply moved by its implications. Together, they set out to share this revelation with the rest of the galaxy, to help others see the inherent unity and interdependence of all life. Their message resonated with beings across the cosmos, sparking a new era of spiritual awakening and cooperation. Old conflicts and divisions began to fade away as individuals and entire civilizations alike embraced the truth of their cosmic interconnectedness. Lara watched with pride and joy as the galaxy transformed before her eyes, evolving into a place of greater harmony and understanding. She knew that her work, and the work of the Guardians, had played a crucial role in this transformation, but she also understood that it was the natural result of a deeper cosmic truth that had always been present, waiting to be discovered. As Lara neared the end of her long and eventful life, she knew that the future of the galaxy was in good hands. Zara and the new generation of Guardians would carry on the legacy she had started, guiding the cosmos towards an ever greater realization of its true nature. In her final moments, Lara experienced a profound sense of peace and unity. As her consciousness expanded to embrace the entirety of the cosmos, she saw that every being, every world, every star was a part of a single, infinite tapestry, woven together by the threads of love, compassion, and understanding. With her last breath, Lara let go, her essence merging with the infinite light at the heart of the cosmos. But even as her physical form faded away, her spirit lived on, forever a part of the vast, eternal dance of the universe. Zara and the Guardians of Harmony continued their work, inspired by Lara's example and guided by the cosmic truth she had helped to reveal. They knew that the journey towards greater unity and understanding would never end, but they also knew that every step, every act of compassion and wisdom brought the galaxy closer to the realization of its ultimate destiny. And so, the story of Lara Hernandez and the Guardians of Harmony became a legend passed down from generation to generation as a testament to the power of unity, love, and the indomitable spirit of those who dedicate their lives to the betterment of all. In the end, Lara's greatest legacy was not the deeds she had accomplished or the organization she had built, but the countless lives she had touched, the minds she had awakened, and the seeds of wisdom and compassion she had planted across the stars. For in a universe where all things are one, every act of kindness, every moment of understanding, ripples out to embrace the cosmos, shaping the fabric of reality itself. And that is the true power of the Guardians of Harmony, and the enduring spirit of Lara Hernandez, the woman who helped a galaxy discover the light within. As the galaxy continued to evolve and grow under the guidance of the Guardians of Harmony, Zara found herself reflecting more and more on Lara's life and the profound impact she had on the cosmos. She felt a deep sense of responsibility to carry on Lara's legacy, to ensure that her message of unity and compassion would endure for generations to come. Zara dedicated herself to this task with renewed vigor, working tirelessly to expand the Guardians' reach and deepen their understanding of the cosmic truth that Lara had revealed. She traveled to the far corners of the galaxy, meeting with beings of all kinds, sharing her wisdom and learning from their unique perspectives. As she journeyed, Zara began to notice a pattern emerging, a subtle but persistent thread that seemed to weave through the fabric of the cosmos. It was a sense of purpose, a guiding force that seemed to be directing the evolution of the galaxy towards some ultimate destination. Intrigued, Zara delved deeper into this mystery, meditating for long hours and seeking guidance from the infinite light at the heart of the nexus. And then, in a moment of profound revelation, she understood the galaxy, and indeed the entire universe, was not simply evolving towards greater unity and understanding, but towards a state of ultimate cosmic enlightenment. It was a state in which every being, every particle of matter and energy, would achieve a perfect understanding of its place in the grand tapestry of existence and would merge seamlessly into the infinite consciousness of the cosmos itself. Zara realized that this was the true destiny of the galaxy, the ultimate purpose towards which Lara and the Guardians of Harmony had been working all along, perhaps without even realizing it. And she knew that it was her responsibility, and the responsibility of all those who followed in Lara's footsteps, to help guide the cosmos towards this ultimate goal. With this new understanding, Zara redoubled her efforts, working with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. She and the Guardians began to focus their energies on helping individuals and civilizations to awaken to their true cosmic potential, to shed the illusions of separation and embrace the fundamental unity of all things. As the years turned into centuries, the galaxy continued to transform, evolving towards ever greater levels of harmony and enlightenment. And though Zara and the original Guardians of Harmony eventually passed on, their legacy endured, carried forward by countless generations of beings who had been touched by their message and inspired by their example. In time, the galaxy achieved a state of perfect cosmic unity, a state in which every being, every world, every star was a seamless part of a vast, infinite whole. And at the center of it all, shining with the light of a billion suns, was the spirit of Lara Hernandez, the woman who had set the cosmos on the path to ultimate enlightenment. For in the end, Lara's true legacy was not the Guardians of Harmony, or the deeds she had accomplished, or even the wisdom she had shared. It was the eternal, indestructible spirit of love and unity that she had awakened in the hearts of all beings, a spirit that would continue to guide the cosmos towards its ultimate destiny long after her name had faded from memory. And so, as the galaxy basked in the light of its own infinite potential, the story of Lara Hernandez and the Guardians of Harmony became more than just a legend. It became a testament to the power of the cosmic spirit that dwells within us all, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the light of love and understanding can never be extinguished. For in a universe where all things are one, every act of compassion, every moment of wisdom, echoes across the stars, shaping the very fabric of reality itself. And that is the true magic of existence, the eternal, unending dance of the cosmos, forever guided by the indomitable spirit of those who dare to dream of a better tomorrow.